All right, you guys, I had started recording and I had did a prayer and everything, and then it cut off after this card was revealed as the first card. So if this card is the first card, so you know there's a lot of secrets that somebody doesn't want to get out. Okay, because you see you have the moon here, and the moon represents secrets, also ancestors. Okay, so let's see what we should know. The Hermit, but it's in reverse. I don't know if I'm going to read reversals on this, but the Hermit is looking towards the light. So let's see what the next card is. Self-care. So then that means this should be upright. Okay, so there's self-care, and let's see what else. Focus on you. Connect to nature, animals, and children. Open up some chakras. The light is within. Guarding. So you see this person here, you guys? So he's clearly defending himself against many people. Story of our lives. Right? Many people in their false narratives, right? But we're connected with nature. It's just what it is. It cannot be changed. It cannot be reversed. It cannot be taken away from us. We are connected to the universe in a way that is just is. So ignore them. See your own worth. Meet me at the crossroads so you won't be lonely. Meet me at the crossroads so you won't be lonely. More children. Okay. You give me butterflies inside. I just wanna. The tower in reverse. So either there has been a tower or there will be a tower. Okay? She wants to call or text you. So somebody has something that they want to say to the divine feminines. Okay? And to the collective. However, collective is your choice if you want to deal with the King of Wands. Or the Knight of Wands. I'm sorry. The Knight of Wands who thinks they're a king. And that can go for male or female. Okay? This just means that they feel like they're up there. You know what I'm saying? But there needs to be time management involved in everything you do, divine feminine. Because that's another tactic, is to keep things off of track, right? With time. I lied to her and you. So this person's compulsively lying. Okay. They try to talk telepathically to different individuals. And I just want to say this. I don't know if a lot of divine feminines have been noticing that many of us, the reason why a lot of the divine feminines are going through similar situations is because it's the same person. Have you guys ever thought about that? Maybe it's the same person who seeks after people with spiritual gifts. Have you guys ever thought about that? I'm just saying, because that came to my mind a couple times. But okay, maybe it's the same individual who seeks people, who seeks out people, you know, who has these gifts. Have you guys ever wondered that? Why most readers have the same typical story? Or most feminines do? Well, maybe you guys don't know, but maybe it's the same dude. It's the same guy, the same energy. Definitely the same energy, but definitely the same person or from the same bloodline. Okay? So, but things are divine timing. So, everything that happens in people's life is for a reason. It is not coincidental. So what's taking so long if it's in divine timing? Okay? That's what people are wondering. That's what a lot of the collectives are wondering. If things are taking time, why is it taking so long? Okay? But just relax. Just chill, spiritual bath, take a deep breath, do some meditation. Because if it's divine timing, that means it ain't time unless it's time, because it's going to be divine time because that's the right time. Because it's chariots, if something's coming towards you. But remember, you see this dark and this light, it still needs to be balanced. So whatever's coming towards you needs to be balanced. Silly of me to think that I could ever have you for my life. How I love you. I get this, the fool. But I get the fool in love. Because silly of me to think that I So this is a fool in love. This is somebody who thought that they were having a prize. And they was like, well, silly of me, I was the prize. To ever think you was by my side. Oh, not you. So somebody was a fool in love, okay? But once they find balance, right, which will help with some cleansing, right, then in divine timing, right, it's not going to take so long, right, for you to have something better than that fool in love, right? Because who wants to be a fool in love, right? Who wants to take that leap of faith and just to off that cliff and just to realize that, well, if you're heading off the cliff, you're heading off the cliff. Off the cliff. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to be that type of fool in love, okay? YouTube reader, didn't I tell you? Come on, y'all. Who's gonna say we all dating the same person? Somebody gonna say it. Who's gonna say it? Who's going to say that this is the same individual going to people whose spiritual gift, who has light within, who is compassionate and nurturing these people who want to just heal everyone in the world? Don't you guys know that there is people who target that, especially women who are vulnerable or women with children? You guys really have to think about that. Okay, that's why I'm not really dating right now, but to each its own. There's a lot of women who's already dated, or we dated the same men, or they had the same agenda, whether you have kids or not. You get what I'm saying? Their agenda was the same. So who's going to finally come together and say, hey, let's name it. Let's go down the name of lines, because these people are not very nice people, and they have been going around town and around the world, it seems like, because we're not all in the same location. So these people travel from distances to distances trying to leech on to people so they can manifest. Come on, y'all. Connection to the sun. Okay? Karma kicked me out. See, this is person who goes from place to place, woman to woman, with different stories, different things, and indecisive about the different women too. So just because they live with one woman, they're still indecisive about themselves and about who they want to be with. So don't just think because somebody's shacking up with you that you're their main prize. They need somewhere to stay. Okay? So let's see what else the cards needs to say. Date night, see? These people know at date night who we are, or who collective is. They already know when they meet you and you first start talking, or you say your dreams, or you tell them who you are, and they see that aura and they see who you are. They're already on date night, have their motive going. Protection. See, the first date night, you needed protection. You needed protection the first day you met these people. Confirmation, the motorcycle outside. Confirmation, motorcycle. Does this person have a motorcycle, or likes to drive fast cars, loud cars, or he's into cars that make a lot of noise? Vroom, 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 vroom. Protection was needed the first day you met this person. I'm just keeping it real. This is what the cards say. Okay, King of Pentacles. Somebody, to me, I guess somebody who sits on the throne, who holds on to a coin, who wants to be authority figure. Because I'm just reading the visualization, okay, what you see here. Okay? The birds is watching. So if you see a lot of birds, a lot of crows, just feel like people are watching, or people are all up in your business, or you're being followed or something, this person can't help but to be in control. Since the way they're holding on to stuff so tightly while they're sitting on the throne in this picture. Look how tightly they're holding on to stuff as they're sitting on the throne, which means that they need to be in control. Okay? The light workers, they want to be in control of everything. Even if they dark, they still want to be in control of the light, but control the dark. Like, sir, ma'am, no, ma'am, you can't want to be controller and ruler of the dark. You don't want to come over here to the light side till you're going to rule the light. Sir. No, ma'am. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Something says something about the Egyptian movie. Something about Egyptian bloodline. Something about the pyramids. So somebody needs to remember. Do you remember the time? Watch the symbolism in that movie. Something says watch that symbolism. I just remember him sliding down like a mansion with like Egyptian stuff around. But they said pay attention to the symbols in there and the things that are in the video, because it's a lot of symbolism, okay? It's a celebration. People are celebrating, okay? Could this be, once you remember, ooh, somebody looking at some spilled milk or some spilled wine. That look like wine, it's red. Something spilled. So was they partying and something spilled over? Huh? But there's temperance and balance. So whatever this is, whatever you remembered from this, celebrating and being devastated, there's going to be balance. There's going to be angels, your guardian angels, balancing out the situation, pouring the water in here, pouring the water in there. So it's a complete balance with the two. Okay, so you guys can balance stuff out. It's all about balancing, okay? That's why we had the chariot that had the dark and the light, okay? That's not, you guys, these symbolisms in here, they took a lot of time to do these symbolisms and to really, so I want you guys to pay attention to the visualization when readers read, okay? Because look, you have the angels who's pouring out and trying to balance the situations where there's calm waters, okay? And there's growth, because you see there's two flowers, so it's growth, but there's still growth needed. But you see there's still being balanced, being poured out, okay? Poured into each other to balance the two. Why don't you care anymore? See, people want divine feminines to care about their lives. Well, why? Divine feminines, do your thing. Because they're hiding a lot of stuff. It's a lot of betrayal and backstabbing from many different people. But Divine Feminine knows. She just healed and let go. They want Divine Feminine to forget. It's not that she forgot. She healed and she let go. That's all that was. But yes, they tried to keep the Divine Feminines blindfolded and backstabbing, betrayal, not knowing who did it and not knowing coming from where and not knowing which direction it was coming from. But Divine Feminine, if somebody puts something over your eyes, what they forgot is you can still feel who's around you. You still feel the type of energies, because you've been around these people before, so you feel the energies that's around you. So just as Enoch was blindfolded and there are people around him, use that as metaphors. Use that as people were actually darkness, dark forces working through people. Okay, and he was blindfolded, however, he can still see. That's why they say the blind still sees, they don't see with the two eyes. So this person, the eyes was covered, but they didn't need their two eyes to see who betrayed them, because they was opening their eyes before, and the people who betrayed them was hiding. So she didn't even need, she was blindfolded, but who said she needed to be blindfolded? She already knew. So if you blindfold somebody who already knows who you are, you just don't want to reveal your face, but that don't mean that the face, the person already know who that face is. It's multiple faces, it's multiple people. It's people with multiple faces. And you don't need your hands to feel them. You know them, right? Because when you're blind, you have other senses. Any blind person can tell you, anybody with any, you guys know people who, and you're like, how can he still see? How can he still this? And his other senses are hiding. His hearing is hiding. Other senses are hiding, so they can still see who's around them and feel who's around them. They have ways of knowing. Okay? This is a Queen of Wands. You know I don't apologize. Well, that's not very nice. Okay. Really wants to hurt you. So this person doesn't want to apologize for the hurt that they put you to and the betrayal they put you to and the illusions that surround you by. They're not going to apologize, but their intent was to really hurt the Divine Feminines, okay? But there will be justice in the situation. Dealing with the Libra. There will be justice dealing with it, period. Okay? Yeah, that's justice there. What else should we know? That is kind of self-explanatory, you guys, but I want to know, what should we know about the justice? What should we know about the justice? Okay? I just want a couple cards. Okay, we'll take it. Cousin is involved in this. Family's always involved when it comes to close betrayal. However, it doesn't seem like you and this cousin's been close for some time. So this is a cousin that you really don't even like engage with. Forgive yourself.